Good squad. We're
What's
back.
up?
Back.
So back.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Us. We're back up in this bitch. Back home. Party's over. Fun's over, Jovan.
It
No more
is.
fun. Back to business. How we doing?
Pretty good. Awesome, honestly. It's like a Christmas day with a full baseball slate here.
we got to acknowledge it too. R.I.P. Chode fan. Hate to see
Yeah.
it, but you're
Yeah,
back in Texas.
I am. Got a regular size fan now, so
Oh, that's a medium. That's a nice medium sized fan.
yeah, it's pretty
Look
average.
at you growing up. Hey, it's not about the size of the fan. It's how you use it. You know?
Exactly.
Write that one down. RIP. We got the shoe rack back. You probably got some fresh kicks back there. Probably
Of
fresher
course.
than me.
Of course.
I got the no background going on right now. Happy to be home though. All-Star break was awesome. Nice little vacation. I mean,
Yeah.
you and me were literally out there. LA was something. We had a time. We had a time out there. Home run derby, absolutely electric. Does it get any better than that? I don't know. I mean, it could have been better for you, I guess, if Albert Pujols somehow won because you're a freak and you had him to win it all. I mean, you would have been the richest person on earth.
Yeah. That would have been nice.
We should have known.
Realistically, I didn't expect him to win. I knew the first round was coming, but I don't know. I just had to be different, you know?
Well, I mean, you're talking to the right guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Juan Soto. Was that tweet real?
It was.
That was confirmed real?
That was a tweet and delete, yeah.
Oh. Can't win.
Yeah. Well, the plus side, too, I don't know if you saw this morning. It's looking like the Mets is pretty out of the question.
Well, yeah, I mean, we said like a week ago that we're not trading with division. So I've kind of known that. I don't know why people keep saying the Mets, but I don't see a world where we trade him to a team we have to play a bazillion times a year.
Well, I mean,
that's just like
next year, it's not the case, though.
Yeah, but you still play the team in your division more, just not as much.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you play every team an equal amount now next year.
Yeah.
You still play the teams in your division more, and that shit hurts. Like that would make this whole situation even worse somehow, if that's even possible. But if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I mean, Juan Soto fucking tweeted out some petty shit 2 days ago. I mean, he quote tweeted, who was it that said it? Was it Derek Jeter, I think?
Yeah, he was
Derek
talking about something from the doc.
He said like he said loyalty going one way is stupidity or something like that. And Juan Soto quote tweeted it with just a period and deleted it. But that's something. That is something. Ollie's saying he thinks it was a like tweet. I don't know about that. I think it was. I think he tweeted it, deleted it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's gone. Smell you later. It is what it is. Thanks for coming. I mean, he literally flew out of BWI, which is not close to Arlington where he lives. BWI is like in Baltimore, Maryland.
Really?
So he had to go all the way to Baltimore to fly commercial. That's the nail in the coffin for me. I don't think that matters as much as people are saying, but the fact that the Nats didn't even pay for my man's to take his own flight out there tells me that they know he's as good as gone. I think the game plan is probably offer him one more time. Offer him, $5 million or $500 million. Sorry, not $5 million. $500 million, maybe a little bit more. And then if he doesn't take that, we'll be seeing.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing. My guy Alloy Sports or Alloy from Maryland. Hell yeah, brother. I'm from Maryland too. Respect. Ollie, you're saying it's still there? Are we talking about different things? What is Ollie talking about here?
Who knows? Maybe he just liked the original tweet.
Maybe Ollie. I don't know if Ollie saw the tweet. Look at Soto's like tweets. Okay, fine. Don't yell. You want me to get upset?
He liked the Derek Jeter tweet. He just took down the quote tweet of it.
Yeah, he also quote tweeted it with a period and then deleted that. He's extra as hell. I mean, he's probably feeling pretty good about himself after he just won the home run derby. You know,
Should.
was that the first time you got to see Soto live?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw him play the Rangers one time, but he wasn't playing. I think that game for some reason.
Okay.
So that was the first time I've gotten to see him play live. I mean, the dude is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's effortless. His power to both sides of the field. I've never seen anything like it
Oh yeah.
ever.
I mean, I know it was a home run derby, but good God, it was
No,
just
but like
effortless.
that guy, he's got something going. he uh he can hit the ball just as hard to left field as he can right field, and I've never seen anyone like it before. His opposite field power. Some boomer, like I tweeted that one time, and some boomer was like, "Do you ever watch Jim Tomei play?" I'm like, "Well, no, not really. I'm only 23. Like, I don't have a time machine. I'm sorry, but I've never seen raw power like this to opposite field ever. He is going to be the best hitter of all time, barring any injury or crazy shit. Just his approach, his discipline, his eye, his power, his consistency, his swing, his contact. The only thing he's missing is speed. It is what it is. If that's the one thing he's missing from his game is speed, it is, I mean, charge to the game.
Yeah,
What can you do?
honestly.
Hit a treadmill, I guess, but I mean, maybe that takes away his power.
Yeah.
The dude's unbelievable, though. Oh, he's probably gone. It is what it is. It is what it is. How are the Phil Zutley's saying Soto to the Mariners to pair with Julio?
That'd be awesome.
It would probably take Julio to be in that package to give Soto to the Mariners. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way either team would come to an agreement there, to be honest with you. Curious where Chad thinks he's going. Where do you guys all think he's going? Very, very curious. Yeah, we've got a good show today. We've got my guy Dan coming on to talk some lacrosse, some PLL. We've got PLL this weekend. It's finally back. Thank goodness. Going to be giving out some spoon-fed winners. We'll have him come on about 1 p.m. in about 20 minutes. We'll have him come on for, 15, 20 minutes, shoot the shit, talk some lacrosse. And then we'll go over some baseball. But we've got a couple minutes now. What are we thinking in chat here, guys? Some Yankees, some Padres. Someone said Philly. He's got to be a Philly fan.
You know,
I mean, you guys can take all of our
not that-
extras, all of our
not that you want to
leftovers.
hear it, but when you remember when they were chanting "Future Dodger" at the game?
Yes, I do.
There's like a video on Twitter of him like looking back and smiling at them and laughing when they're chanting that.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Well, there's going to be a video of me crying when he gets traded to them. Just a close up of my face with tears coming down it. No words.
I mean, that would be all.
No words. Oh, if he goes to the Dodgers or Yankees, nobody on earth is going to be happy except for Dodgers or Yankees fans.
Oh yeah.
Nobody else is going to like that.
Yeah.
Is that even allowed? That's like a monopoly or some shit. I don't even know if that's allowed.
Shouldn't be.
If he goes to the Dodgers or Yankees, I'm going to sue. I don't know what I'm going to sue or how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do something.
Just something.
Speaking of the Yankees, I'm going to say it. I think the Astros have their number. I mean, that's not that hot of a take, but I think the Yankees are coming back down to earth a little bit and starting to lose some games. And I think they really struggle playing the Astros, and they know it. They know it. I mean, they've led. There was some crazy stat. I don't want to botch it, but they've only led against the Astros like 2 of the last 100 innings or some bullshit like that. Like they literally, it's their kryptonite.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to go through them. I mean, yeah, Domingo Germán coming out of left field. I didn't even know this guy was still allowed to pitch in the league after what happened a couple years ago. Had no clue he was going to be coming back. He pitched like shit. Yordan Alvarez hit a home run, and was that his first at bat back?
No, I think he pinched. Well,
he pinched hit first game.
I guess it was. He pinch hit, and I think they intentionally walked him in the first game. So that was his first real at bat back.
That doesn't even count, though.
Yeah, it doesn't really count.
But,
I don't know. I've been kind of at the point that I thought the Astros were the best team in the AL for quite some time, honestly. When the Yanks first started showing signs of regression, especially from their pitching staff, I just don't think they're the same team they were at the beginning of the year, which we all I would think saw coming, but now they're really starting to show it. And really, I don't think it's going to be this any different the rest of the year until the Yankees have a chance to beat them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's trouble for New York. I mean, we know they're probably going to choke, but the script is being written in front of our eyes, and we're starting to see who it's probably going to be. An Astros ticket to win the AL, to win the World Series. I don't know what the value is right now.
Yeah, I think you missed your window on that.
You think so? You think it's shocked? I can look it up real quick.
It's probably I mean,
It's
a lot of the
definitely not
value,
good.
a lot of the
It's
value
definitely
has to
not
be
good.
gone.
You see a crazy deal with Baltimore. I wonder if that guy's talking about Juan Soto. There's no way he goes to Baltimore, dude. I mean, do they have the prospects for it? Of course, but he's not going to, like, they're not trading all their prospects for a guy they can't even afford. Like, he would literally be more than their payroll.
Yeah.
So dumb. The Yankees aren't willing to give up several prospects. Well, Adrian, that's going to change when Juan Soto comes knocking. They're going to do whatever they want. They're going to drop their knees. They're going to do whatever the hell they want. Aren't the Astros 5-2 against the Yankees? That sounds about right. Soto to Mariners. I could see it. Let's pull up these futures here, guys. Dodgers are still plus 380 to win the World Series. Yankees plus 400. Astros are right there in third at plus 500. They're lurking. I mean, there's just no value in any of these freaking teams, man.
No, not really.
Futures are so beat, in my opinion. I just don't think there's enough value. I mean, looking at this board, there's just not enough value to take anyone on this sheet unless you want to take, what are you going to take, the Brewers at plus 1,700? They're not winning shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's also
you can take the Padres at plus 2,200. They're not winning shit.
It's second half of the season, so I mean, it's not like futures are supposed to have fantastic value at this point, but you got to get them in. Got to get them in, like we were talking about on our show the first time we went over it. That's probably like the time that you really want to get after it.
Yeah, the window might be gone, bro. Like you said, might be chalked. Rays at plus 2,800. They somehow have the ninth shortest odds.
Yeah,
Interesting.
We're back. Not today though. After this weekend, we'll be back.
Oh man, yeah. What are the Padres at? They're at fucking plus 2,200. That shit ain't hitting. Yeah. I think there's some value on the Nats plus 200,000.
Could be a shot.
Worst odds in baseball to win.
Well, I mean, they do have the worst, or I guess the best odds to have the worst record.
Yeah, no, you were chirping me about that the other day. That made me really upset. That was beat. You could take the Orioles to make the playoffs at plus 1,500. They're minus 5,000 to miss the playoffs this year. People are going to be really upset when they trade Trey Mancini in the next week.
Yeah.
People are going to be really blown. It is what it is. I mean, it's business.
You got to do what you got to do. And I mean,
it's tough out here in these streets. You got to do what you got to do.
It may hurt the locker room, but as far as like a baseball team goes and as far as their future goes, it's still the right move. Painful as it is to say.
We've talked about it. If they had a couple more arms, if they had John Means, right? If they had Gray Rod coming up and pitching well this year, like he was supposed to come up, but now he's hurt. If they had those two guys in the rotation and didn't have to rely on Jordan Lyles as their two, is he their two? Would you consider him behind Tyler Wells? Probably. I mean, he hasn't been pitching bad. You know that. Like, it's just Jordan Lyles, which is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, just on the road, that guy is probably as bad as it gets. He's one of the worst pitchers. Like, Jordan Lyles on the road is the equivalent of Josiah Gray at home.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there's also talks about the Nats parlaying their Juan Soto trade with getting rid of the Patrick Corbin.
Talks or just something that you wish would happen?
No, there's talks. Nats Twitter's buzzing. Now, we wouldn't get shit in return, honestly. We'd go from getting 2 top prospects and 5 prospects total to probably getting 1 top prospect and 3 prospects total if we did that, because that's how fucking terrible his contract is. So It's honestly, it's what Mike Rizzo, our GM, wants to. It's whatever he wants to do. Like, would he rather have a third of our salary cap back or a fourth of our salary cap back and be able to play around, or would he rather get a bunch of young guys in return? I think you probably take your shot with the young guys and you just eat the Patrick Corbin contract on the chin and just have him pitch another year and a half until he's so bad that we just cut him after next season. It's probably what we do. I mean, he's pitching today. We'll see how it goes. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, not a bit.
It's not gonna be good, Jovan. I saw he was pitching today. I don't think he was slated to pitch today until this morning.
Yeah,
Oh, he's going against Zach Gallen. Nice.
Conflicting stuff about him, about who was supposed to start that game.
I think he's confirmed now, at least.
Yeah, now I see him as confirmed.
Okay.
So I'll be taking Jordan Luplow something. That's for
Should
sure.
we take his over hits on Prize Picks? Does he even have that?
That's a good question. Let me look. That's just hitting every single time. It's got to be high.
Remember, I showed you his hit count over his past couple starts.
It's at 6.
It's at 6. Holy shit!
I mean, I guess that's not too high looking at some of the other guys, but yeah.
My guy, Marius, is it Marius? I don't want to say it wrong, but he said, what about the Sox who don't want to pay their studs right now? Do you think they would make a trade? Yeah, the Sox they're involved. They're involved. Ollie responded already. He's our Red Sox associate. He said they aren't going to trade anyone. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're going to trade any of their starters. I think they're going to, if anything, they're going to make a stupid move and go out and try to get a couple guys to make a push. But good luck. I mean, at this point, if I was a team like the Red Sox, or if I was a team like the Orioles, or if I was a team like the White Sox, if I was a team that's just fighting to get in the wild card spot, I think I'd probably just pack up shop and get ready for next year. I don't see anyone getting through the Yankees or Astros, and I don't see anyone getting through the Dodgers straight up, or Braves. I think the Braves have a shot maybe, but I really think I think the league is very top heavy this year, especially in the AL. I don't see anyone getting past the Yanks or the fucking Astros. I don't.
Yeah.
Then again, it's playoff baseball. Weird shit happens every year.
Anything can happen for sure.
Every year, weird shit happens. That's why we love it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Postseason is electric. It really is. It's not the best team that wins. It's the hottest team. It's the most confident team. Because once that postseason starts, it's a brand new season. You close a book and open a new one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I kind of wish, Trent, I'm also a fan of weird shit. We all like weird shit in the postseason, 100%. I kind of wish baseball season was just done now. We just hit the playoffs, got it over with, then we hit football. What do you think about that? I told you that the other day, and you lost your mind. You're like, no fucking way. We need more baseball.
Yeah, I mean, we do. We need something. We need something, especially watching the Rays. The Rays just always have a time where they just turn it on, usually right after the All-Star break or a couple weeks after. So I'm waiting on that. Once that happens and we get in better position, go ahead. Start football. Start the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, Lauren, I'm actually with you. I think baseball, if it was 100 games, I think that'd be good. 50 and 50. And then we could pay these guys less, and then Soto could be a Nat. That's simple. I mean, what does the dude want? He wants $1 billion?
I mean, if he can get it, of course that's what he wants.
He's going to be the most expensive player ever, probably for the next 5 to 10 years at least. Although we do see players getting paid more than the best players around. We just saw Kyler Murray sign an extension, and now he's making more money than Patrick Mahomes is per year. Yeah. Do we think he's better than Patrick Mahomes? No, but it's this year compared to when Mahomes signed his contract, and inflation and blah, 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 yada, 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 economics. Shit gets more expensive as time goes on. That's just how it goes. Yeah. I'm no damn doctor, but I know that. I know that prices only go up. Only go up. I mean, Kyler Murray is worth more than the Athletics combined. Great point. I saw that tweet, my man. Alloy Sports, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Judge is going to get paid more than Soto. I wonder who you're rooting for this year, brother. Are you a Yankees fan by any chance?
Probably not. No way.
They're going to have to put Lamar on layaway. I think Lamar is going to win MVP this season. So when we
No
were
chance.
at
No chance.
no chance,
No.
dude. So Lamar to win MVP and the Ravens to win the Super Bowl are the same exact odds. Same odds, which is not really that surprising, right? Because if they go to the playoffs and they win, I mean, I know they say the MVP is a regular season award, but I mean, give me a fucking break. Is it? I don't really know. I don't really think it is.
I think
But
so.
if the Ravens, you think it
I think
is?
I think the last couple of years they've voted as such. If it was a
Okay.
postseason award, Aaron Rodgers would be short off that list, especially last year.
Okay. Good point. I mean, if Lamar takes the Ravens to the playoffs and they have one or two losses this year and he wins MVP, the Ravens are probably going to win the Super Bowl. And if the Ravens win the Super Bowl, Lamar's probably going to win MVP because they kind of are correlated. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
I
he
mean,
doesn't fucking play well or
I
win
just don't
MVP, they don't
think
have a chance.
I love Lamar, and I think he gets a lot of shit for no reason, but he's not winning MVP or Super Bowl throwing to just Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay. And Tyler Wallace is okay too, but that wide receiving core is simply not going to cut it. It can cut it in that division because that division is kind of weak, but after that, what are you doing with your wide receiving core? Yes, I'm aware Mark Andrews exists, but as far as a wide receiving core, that ain't happening.
I don't really think they need to throw the ball.
Eventually, they're going to have to.
They've got a running back playing quarterback anyways.
They do.
You know? Oh, Carson Wentz, MVP. Yes, sir, Ron. Yes, sir. All right, well, let's talk. Let's stick to baseball, I guess. Although Carson Wentz MVP ticket, it has some serious value. I think the Reds start out their second half with a win today.
How about that?
What do you think about that? Your guy Drury? I know he's not facing a lefty.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
Still taking him today. Still taking him today.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, just a lot of things. A lot of things are weird about this game. It's a high total. I mean, Wainwright sucks at Great American Ballpark. He sucks against the Reds this year. His fantasy score super low on Prize Picks at 24.5, which it's a baited line if I've ever seen one. So I'll be on Drury for sure. His runs or RBI when they're up at home in a game with a total of 10, I'll be on that every single time. I wish he was facing a lefty, but you still got to do what you got to do. But I like a lot of things in that game, and I guess in general today. There's a lot of good spots for hitters, a lot of good spots for offense, like just everything.
Yeah, you said you were bricked up looking at the slate today.
Bricked.
Let's go. We got a full slate. Baseball is back, thank goodness. Yesterday, I didn't like the card. I ended up staying away. I mean, I woke up at like 4 p.m. I was so fucking jet lagged. Trip sucked. My flight had no Wi-Fi. My flight got delayed an hour. The flight took damn near an extra hour to fly because we had to go through thunderstorms. I thought the plane was going down straight up. We were flying through like lightning storms and shit. And I'm not a big heights guy, to be honest with you. I really don't care for heights. Airplanes are for me. It is what it is. I mean, I was boozing. You saw me boozing at lunch. I continued that at the airport. Don't you worry. Just get me on that damn plane, But I thought we were going down. That thing was shaking. That thing was moving. There was lightning everywhere. I was like, are we supposed to be flying in a lightning storm? And I don't understand. Scary. Made it home. We're back. Baseball's back. Let's have a Friday. Let's have a goddamn Friday. I'm stoked, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally on the Indians playing for Major League. Great movie, bro. I was flying with, as somebody said, flying like Juan Soto. Bro, I wish, I would not have been shocked if I saw my man's like in the back of the fucking plane with me. Honestly. Just me, Soto, and Blackburn taking a connector to that, somehow connecting from LA to DC to Oakland. I don't fucking know. I mean, how are we going to put that man's in the same boat as Paul Blackburn on a team that spent less money this offseason than I'm gonna put on one bet today? How are we going to do that? I don't care if we're pissed off at Juan Soto. This dude has done so much for us. If he leaves tomorrow, if he sits out the rest of the fucking season and just fakes an injury and flicks off the Nats fans like right to their faces, I don't give a shit. That dude's done so much for this city and for this baseball team. Get the man a fucking private jet. It's 2022. Grow up. That's some bullshit. I'm fucking pissed. And that's not going to make it people want to come here either to DC. That's fucking petty as shit. Unbelievable. Oh, I think the Orioles win today. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I'm just not too shocked. I don't think anybody is.
Italians pitching like shit. I know. I will say, I think my guess is that the Orioles are going to be a public dog today. I think you could probably agree with that.
Yeah,
it is what
I mean,
it
I've
is.
seen a couple. I've seen a couple today, to be honest.
Okay. Trent, bro. Trent's hop in the stream, dude, and fucking let me see one of those golf shots.
Yeah.
Your swing looks good. Ali said first time drinking on the course. Head surgeon's blacked. Yeah, it's the off season. Let him. It plays.
Yeah.
It plays. It's the off season. All right. Just wait till football comes around. We're about to be fucking locked in. Locked in. Only beers we're having are beers on Sunday when we sit back and enjoy the ride.
Damn right.
And maybe a couple every night. But besides that, Cubs. Cubs are a very, very small dog against the Phillies at home. Any opinions on that?
I'm just not betting the Cubs. I refuse.
Fair.
Simply refuse.
They're so bad.
They're just such a terrible baseball team. Like the line says something, and yes, that's. I don't know if I'll be backing the Royals today, but I guess that's kind of the same thing. But I can't do it with the Cubs.
Where's the trophy when we need it, bro? You're about to fade your Rays and take Brad Keller.
There you go. There it is.
Rasmussen. There we go.
I'm probably realistically, I don't know if I'll be betting it just because I don't want to bet on it and root against my team. But they're winning today. I'll be on Bobby Witt everything today. Everything.
Is that your favorite prop today?
That's one of them. Honestly, there's so much that I can't really decide. But I mean, Bobby Witt, he's gonna have a crazy day. Crazy.
Do me a favor. Talk about some props you like. I gotta hit the head real quick. You got me for like 2 minutes.
Sure enough.
Let the people know.
Yeah, we'll let the people know. Well, like I said, I'll be on pretty much Bobby Witt everything. There's a lot of things. Like the line in this game is super, super sus for one. With Brad Keller and Rasmussen. Like Rasmussen's really terrible on the road. Sure, absolutely. He struggles on the road, so the line makes a little more sense. But this is a Royals lineup that's back to full strength from that little COVID thing in Canada when they couldn't be there. I mean, Whit Merrifield will be at the top of this lineup. Hunter Dozier behind, Bobby Witt will be in that lineup, which I really, really like. For the individual matchup, like Bobby Witt's a huge reverse split guy. Drew Rasmussen struggles, particularly against righties who hit pitches going away from them really well. Cutter, slider, things like that. We've seen it like Brandon Drury hit really well against him. Carlos Correa hit really well against him. A lot of things like that. So I'll be on, Bobby Witt, take his fantasy score. He has runs or RBI. Take that. Take his total bases. He's going yard. He's stealing the base, whatever. Whatever's going to happen. That's definitely one of my favorite props today for sure. Obviously, like I said, the stolen base target thing is pretty big too. Drew Rasmussen is one of the bigger stolen base targets as far as pitcher goes in the league. So I think you get a lot of that upside as well when you're talking about Bobby Witt. So I like that. Love it.
Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt,
bread and jury. Little 2-piece hold to fry.
I mean, you know what other day it is today?
Todd France Day?
It is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, going up against Urquidy, like, again, this is a batter versus pitcher thing that actually matters because this is going to be the fourth time that the Mariners have seen Urquidy this year, which that's huge. And Ty France is hitting 500 with 2 bombs against him this year. And not just that, he's hitting the ball really hard off of him too, which is huge. So, like, it's a good spot. I love the Mariners' offense today. So I think there's a lot of things you can like in that game. I think Julio is probably the easy play, but I mean Ty France, that guy's gonna have a day today. I expect a lot of runs from that offense against Urquidy today.
I think the Mariners keep the streak. I think they win today.
They might. They just might.
Yeah. Small dog against the Astros. The Astros just beat the Yankees twice in one day.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, they're coming off of a doubleheader too, which is pretty big.
I'm with you, dude. Trent said, cut the shit. I need locks. Bro, we'll spoon feed, man. We got plenty of time. Last night, I did not know if I couldn't tell if the Dodgers at minus 120 were a trap or if Rodon is a small dog was a trap. Turns out Rodon is a small dog with everyone on earth on the Giants was the trap. That game was electric last night. Just got to sit back, watch it, didn't have any action. It was great.
It was.
It's absolutely great. The Nats signed David Dahl. Dude, what?
Soto replacement.
Oh my God. Why are we signing people like that? Why are we wasting our time?
Hey, somebody's got to play right field.
Oh gosh. I think I'd rather have no right fielder. What do you think about that than David Dahl? Hot take.
Very. I mean, Yadiel Hernandez too. Send him our
He's
way.
gone, bro. Yadi's
Send him
gone.
our way. We want
Everyone's gone, dude.
We want him.
You can have him. What are you going to give us? Probably some shitty players. Probably some players on good on paper and ends up being terrible because you guys are way smarter than us.
Yeah, probably that's the way to do it. At that point, though, like you'll be getting whatever back from Soto and Josh Bell anyway. So
if we make a trade with the Rays, I already know we're getting fleeced. That's the last team I want to make a trade with is the Rays because I know that they're going to outsmart us and end up giving us like the biggest fucking cheese ball of all time. And whoever they trade for is going to be unbelievable. That's just how life works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get every home Nats game for the rest of the season just in case because it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming soon.
Okay. Well, we're going to bring my guy Dan up here to talk some PLL. Guys, the PLL well has been plentiful this season. I've hit 6 bets in a row. Really excited to have my guy Dan on here. We're going to talk shop for probably 15, 20 minutes about the card this weekend. We got 2 games tomorrow and 2 games on Sunday. So I don't want to hear any lacrosse complaining or whining. Bets are bets. You can bet these on the legal books. You can bet them with your bookie. You can bet them wherever. I don't care. Listen up. We've got winners to provide. Jovan, I'll bring you back on in a few. We'll go over the rest of the baseball card. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
Appreciate you. All right, gonna bring my guy Dan on here. He looks ready to roll.
Always ready.
Man?
Always ready. And dude, do people seriously still complain about like, oh, why am I betting on this? Why am I betting on this? Like, I get it. Like, you guys are crushing baseball, so I respect that. I can't do it, dude. If I only bet baseball over the summer, I would be broke come football season, and I need money so that I can go broke during football season. So, dude, all the tickets cash the same, man. Green money is green money. I don't care how you get it, brother. Thanks for having me on, man.
For sure. You got the Jeep shirt on. Are you a Jeep guy as well?
Yeah, repping a little bit. Yeah. I didn't even realize I was rocking the Jeep shirt today. But yeah, man, the world is your oyster when you got a Jeep. You know what I mean? You just go on out, you adventure. No road knows no bounds. So yeah, I'm repping. I'm not paid sponsored by Jeep, but hey, if you guys want to, let's get it going. The DM's always open, man.
It's a partnership as old as time, Jeeps and lacrosse. Yeah. So
that's fair. That's fair. The bro culture still reigns true. That's for sure.
I mean, dude, I grew up in Annapolis. So everyone had a Jeep. Everyone played lacrosse.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Right of passage, man.
We've got 4 really good PLL games. I'm super excited to talk about them a little bit real quick. It's been a tough 2 weeks, man. The well has run dry. I mean, we've been absolutely locked in with lacrosse. I don't know how your bets have been going this season, but I've been killing it personally. I don't want to get too cocky, but I'll get a little cocky. The bets are hitting, plain and simple. The lines have been soft. The fact that they have live lines up, I think, is ridiculous, and that's an absolute blessing because this sport is so up and down. It's so up and down. It's all about runs. We've seen teams go up 5-6 goals and lose or win by 1 in overtime. We've seen Atlas do that. So the fact that they're giving us live lines is awesome. I don't think the books have figured it out. Our guy Hutton told us that the books have been getting crushed on PLL, and they thought that giving the live lines would help. It hasn't. So just fingers crossed that we get through the season with the line still coming up. Let's dive right in, though. We saw some schedule changes. I guess they moved some times around for some of these games, but the matchups are the same. Let's dive in to my team, the Redwoods versus the Atlas. Debatably the worst team in the league versus the best team in the league. I'm a huge Redwoods fan. It is what it is. They've really been struggling. They have not looked good this year. I don't know if they're in last officially.
They basically are. I mean,
they
them
might
and
as well
Cannons
be.
are both, but them and Cannons both have one win. So, dude, I'm with you. We talked about this when you came on Bet on Lacrosse with us. Like, the Redwoods are just killing me because I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna beat the closing line so good. I'm gonna grab them plus 800 before the season. What a great, and then the bottom just falls out. The crazy thing is they don't really have an excuse to be bad, dude. Like, it's not like, oh, their roster's dog shit, or their coaching isn't great. Like, I'm not a big Nat St. Laurent guy, but people in the lacrosse circles, they respect them a lot. So I couldn't tell you what the hell is up with the Woods, but I'm right there with you, dude, lamenting just the dog shit they've been putting out.
Maybe the mileage is getting to them. We know they're a little bit older than most teams. I think
Fair.
youth dominates lacrosse. We've seen
Fair.
a younger team like Atlas with a lot of these younger guys just absolutely dominating, spreading the wealth. I think they do a really good job of moving the rock. We're seeing a spread here at plus 2.5 in this game. And the odds are almost I mean, we're getting minus 130 on the plus 2.5 and plus 100 on the minus 2.5 on Caesars. Guys, I don't know if you know, but the PLL almost always 9.5 times out of 10, the spreads are at 1.5, just like how hockey and baseball always is, right? That's just how it goes. And Dan, we know how profitable the plus 1.5 has been, this year and last year. It hits damn near 70% of the time, knock on wood. Dogs cover. That's just how it goes. Good teams do find ways to win. But this is a sport where you see a lot of upsets. You see a lot of 1-goal games, even when games aren't close. The sport that is built off of, crazy runs always seems to come out, almost always in a 1-goal game, which I love. I think it's good for the sport. But seeing Atlas laying 2.5 here, I mean, do we just close our eyes and bet the Redwoods and just pray? Or is the fact that that the odds are at plus 2.5 here, is that a pretty good sign that the Redwoods might get smoked here by just an absolutely more dominant team? And is Baptiste going to play? Have you heard anything about that?
So it does. I would expect that Baptiste wouldn't be playing, which is a big boost potentially for Redwoods backers. But just quantifying some of the things that you were saying there as well. How many times have we seen a 1.5 point spread? Well, in the past 2 years, because that's really they had when the bubble was going on for lacrosse fans. They're not gonna, or non-lacrosse fans, they're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But in 2020, they all went out to Utah. They all stayed together and they had a mini tournament, kind of like what the NBA did. So I don't really, when I look at historical data, I don't really factor that in because that's just such an anomaly. So I look at the last 2 years. 52 of the 62 games that we've had have been 1.5 point spreads. So we've only seen 2.5 10 different times. In those 10 times, the team getting the 2.5 has covered 7 of them. So it's a small sample size. So it's not like, pull off the rubber band. What a trend. But to what you were saying there, 42 and 20 are underdogs blindly betting them against the spread in the PLL. So the parity is well spoken of and well documented from a betting perspective. But as far as this game goes, dude, I feel like the play would be go Redwoods 2.5, but just like you were saying with the 2-week layoff, I think this is an insanely hard week to handicap. Like when you were getting your notes together, I don't know if you ran into the same thing, that I'm a big spot and situational guy. And when you have a 2-week hangover, really the only thing that you can do to kind of extrapolate data from that is go back to last year and look at the All-Star break and how teams did after that All-Star break. So this week, I feel like it's going to be more like a player prop thing, because I feel like that's a little bit easier to handicap than the mind of a team who's just been laid off for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Because does the motivation for a team that lost, does that carry over for 2 weeks, or have they forgotten about that? So I find it insanely tough to handicap. I think the historical data says go look towards the Redwoods. No Baptiste, the face-off guy for Atlas, says go look towards the Redwoods, but they've looked horrible, man. It's hard for me to put hard-earned money on a team that really hasn't shown you much,
I'm with you. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Redwoods will come back after this break with, new life.
That's what I mean.
0-0. Who knows?
That's
I
the
mean, this is
hope.
a veteran team.
That's
I'm
the hope
assuming
for
that's
the
what's gonna
plus.
happen.
That's the hope for the plus 800 ticket that I have. Is exactly what
Yeah.
you said. Krabs is what I need to happen in
Mhm.
this second half of the season. So
I'm with you,
tough
bro.
game to handicap though, dude.
Yeah, this is tough, and I'm with you. I'm definitely treading lightly this week. I'm trying to keep my streak alive of 6 straight bets somehow, which, I mean, I'll take it. And some of that is luck, some of that is knowing the league. It is what it is, but we're streaking. Let's move
Well,
to
and
what you say?
before we
What you
just
say?
before we swing on to the next one, because I was like talking about these player props. I feel like I said, like that's the way that I'm gonna dive in here a little bit more. And if you've even passively watched lacrosse, like you know the name Jeff Teat. He was the NLL Rookie of the Year. He was the PLL Rookie of the Year. He's a star for Atlas. There's an off-market line that's sitting on BetMGM right now. 3.5 is his point total. Now, if it's 4.5, like what it is on DraftKings, I'm not touching that because he's been right around that 4 mark. So I think, I think it's only like minus 120, minus 125 or something like that to go over Jeff Teat 3.5. I feel like, yes, okay, they're going to try and key on Jeff Teat, but even when he has a guy on him, he's able to assist. Like, we're not asking him to get 4 goals. We're asking him to get 4 points. And I think that's probably doable as he tries to make another push for this MVP campaign. So I think if I was to give an official play in this one, I'm looking over that Jeff Teat 3.5 on BetMGM. 4.5, I'm staying away. At 3.5, I think that's some solid value on an off-market number.
Yep, I'm seeing him at 4 on Prize Picks, which is what it is. He's probably going to end up with 4. I've had a lot of pushes for Prize Picks lacrosse, which sucks. A lot of the numbers are set at even numbers, and they end there. It is what it is. So I really try not to play that. But I'm with you. I mean, what odds did you see for the 3.5? I'm assuming it was a little bit juiced for the over.
Yeah,
right?
No. Honestly, that was the thing that was surprising because I think what's happening with BetMGM is they're seeing the frustration for bettors who are betting lacrosse on DraftKings, because essentially DraftKings is like pricing people out, like the side that's likely to hit, they're putting it like minus 170. And like, I'm a juice adverse better, so I'm not going to be laying that because all it takes is a couple of those stacking up and you completely screwed your bankroll. So I think it was, let me pull it up here. It's only minus 130. So I try and stay, like 140 or lower when laying juice, especially on props. So at minus 130, I really like that Jeff Teat over. It's a bet that I placed myself personally for 2 units.
That's honestly, that's a great look. I was expecting you to say minus 150. We'll take minus 130 every day.
That's awesome. What I mean. 20 cents? I'll take that all day.
That's nothing. We'll eat that. We'll eat that on the chin.
Let's go.
Jeff Teats. Yeah, literally. I mean, Jeff Teats been cracked this year. He's unbelievable. The dude's been automatic. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Yeah, I think the Atlas are going to win the whole thing. I mean, who knows what happens? Again, it's lacrosse, it's PLL. We see random shit happen all the time. That's why the sport's so exciting and fun to watch. And guys, if you haven't had a chance to tune in, they play on the weekends. They're on ESPN, ESPN Plus. Very exciting sport. So figure it out.
This Atlas game is going to be on ESPN 2 as well. So you don't even have to go over to ESPN Plus. This one's going to be on ESPN 2, 5 o'clock Eastern, I believe.
And they moved the times around. I'm assuming that had to do with the time slot for TV. So maybe the fact that they have this game on ESPN 2, maybe we do get a close game. That definitely makes me like the plus 2.5 even more. I don't think they put a blowout on there or choose to put a blowout on there. Who knows? But I mean, that makes me lean Woods even more. So, and they had the best slogan in lacrosse, Roll Woods.
Easily.
It's unbelievable.
Roll Woods.
Roll Woods, baby. Whip Snakes Chaos. This game's pretty gross. Any leans initially on this game? I mean, I'm seeing Whip Snakes at minus 190 and minus 1.5, minus 125 here. We know what the Whip Snakes are. They're, great on defense, and they're the comeback kings, right? They've come back and won like almost every game this year. They're sitting at 4-1, playing 1-4 Chaos, who have really, really struggled to get going this year. What do you expect to see from this game?
Again, I'm with you, dude. Like, this is just a gross game, and it's almost become kind of like a quasi rivalry game because these teams have seen each other in the championship. It's always a tight game when they play. For this one, though, man, and it's almost a contrarian play, although I have some folks who agree with me on it. I think this is a little bit of a bait job on the total with 22.5. And typically you would say, oh, the low total, they're baiting you to take the over. Like, I think a lot of people believe too much in the odds makers on this one because they say, oh, it's the lowest total of the week. The odds makers must know something. It's probably going to go under. And I think people are also going to look at the last matchup between these two teams. It was only 17 goals, 20 total goals in another game. And then in the championship game, it was only 23 goals. So every game that these two teams have played since we've had lines has gone under. And I'm not going to come on here and tell the listeners to behind the lines that like, oh, it's due. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in that shit. Even though it feels good when you say it and it does happen, you're like, I told you it was due, man. You know what I mean? But I just feel like we've seen Chaos is able to score, and I'm with you. Like the Whips are the comeback kings. The Whips are a solid defense. However, they're going to be without an LSM this game. They're going to be without a defenseman. So I think Chaos offense has already shown they're buzzing a little bit. I think that, Matt Rambo always kind of struggles an attackman for Whips against this Chaos side, but with Zeddy ball game, Zed Williams back with him.
Beast.
I think they'll be able to light it up. I think this total is a little low. I think we're going to see a 23 score game. So I think it's going to get sweaty at the end, but my best bet for this week is a 3-unit play for me is actually going over that 22.5. I just think, it made me a little sick having a play that I love this much coming out of the break, but everything just kind of lines up that this could potentially be a shootout. There's rest for both of these teams. And I think, too, people are going to think, oh, it's Kyle Bernlohr in net for the Whips. Oh, it's Blaze Reardon in net for the Chaos. I think, might expect some money coming in on the over. So I kind of like to be on the book side when there's a lot of people zigging. I don't mind zagging. So I'm going to go over this 22.5. And again, it's a big play for me. And as it comes out of my mouth, I actually feel like I'm kind of getting sick over it. So antacid needed. That's your Tums play of the week, the over 22.5.
I mean, I can get behind it. It hasn't hit before with these teams playing. I mean, honestly, Blaze Reardon has seen better days. Like, he looks a little bit off this year, and he's the MVP from last season. Big ass goalie. If you guys haven't seen this dude, he's pretty funny. Takes up pretty much the whole goal. Big ass dude. He's been struggling this year. He really has. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the worst goalie in the league. He's not having a Timmy Troutner season, but he's not been himself. He's not been MVP Blaze. So I think you've got a good spot here.
I know you guys would book it, love the just random shit. So I know that you'll be able to appreciate this, dude. I saw a post that yesterday, and I know it's 2 days. It's hot outside. I saw Reardon posting pictures from the golf course. So a big boy out on the golf course, man. He's hot in this heat. Now he's got to travel. He was probably drinking some seltzers, maybe some beers flowing. So the big man, maybe that golf hangover will come over. Knock on wood on that one. Give me the over, man.
I mean, I play around the golf and drink some beers, and I go to sleep for 18 hours after. That's just how it goes. I can't even imagine how big boy Blaze is going to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, to his defense, he does just kind of have to stand there and move his arms around and legs, but who knows? I mean, that dude is not. He's no DK Metcalf. He's not in the shape of his life, but he's a good goalie. He's seen better days, though. I think there's value. We got another minute here or so. Dan, is that your biggest play, your favorite play of the weekend?
That's my favorite play. So just the other two that I'll run by, and clearly I live up to my moniker, Newbie Talks. I don't shut the fuck up when I get on these things, dude, because I love it.
All good.
So the other two that I'm looking at is just Nick Morocco. This is a play that I actually got from our guy Hutton Jackson, and I love his handicap on it. So follow him on Twitter at Hutton Jackson. You can see his full slate of plays and a little bit more analysis on it. It's in the Cannons game. Nick Morocco, his save total on BetMGM is 15.5. We're going under that number. I mean, that alone says that he's going to be seeing around like 35, 40 shots. I don't expect that to happen. Grant Ament could be back for the Archers. I'm not sure if that's really going to make that much of a difference because they're already buzzing. So Nick Morocco under. And the last one I got for you is Scanoni, the goalie. We're going over in the Chrome game. Over his saves is 11.5. He looked like dog shit in the MVP game, or the All-Star game, excuse me. So I think if there's any dude who wants to bounce back and show that he is not as horrible as he looked in the showcase game, Scanoni should be buzzing. That's a low total at 11.5. So over Scanoni saves, under Morocco saves, the over in the Whip Snakes game, over 22.5. And we're also looking at Jeff Teat over 3.5 points. That's a little 4-pack for you.
Little 4-piece.
There
Absolutely
you go.
love it. Scanoni, another big goalie. Maybe he took Blaze Ruden's powers. I don't know, because he's been better.
I love the
he's
big
been better
boys.
this year.
I got wings smoking upstairs. Like, I appreciate the big boys. I played lineman when I played football, so those guys, I always am looking to boost them up there.
100%. And it's looking like we're going to see Timmy Troutner back in goal in the Redwoods. Do you think that's good? I went to high school with him, so I'm biased. He's a little older than me, but we'll see.
He's maybe
he'll come out hungry. Maybe he got benched. So we know it's in there.
Needs to bounce back.
We know it's in there, though. We've seen him dominate. We have. He's been an underdog story his whole career. Going into our high school championship game, his senior year, my junior year, he didn't have any offers. And then they ended up, St. Mary's beat McDonough in the MIAA championships, which is a pretty big deal in Maryland. And he got an offer from High Point right after the game. Took it, went there, dominated, had a great career at High Points, and then went on to the PLL. The dude's been an underdog and doubted his entire career. He's got that dog in him. I think he balls, and I think he keeps that Redwoods game close. I really
Let's go, Timmy T. Let's get that 2.5 home, baby. Let's go.
Get it. Hey, they don't have to win. They just have to cover. That's all they need to do. We're not asking for a win. We're not taking them out. Although a sprinkle could be a look. We just want a nice 2-goal loss. That's all we need.
That's it.
That's all we need.
That's it.
Awesome. Dan, I appreciate it, my man. Good luck on your bets, especially that over in that Whip Snakes Chaos game, the 3U play. Absolutely love it, my man. I appreciate you coming on. Guys, give my man Dan a follow at Newbie Talks. The dude knows lacrosse, and he knows you do football too. You do everything. You do baseball. You love it. You do it all.
It's all year long. I don't stop, dude. Same like you. Sure. Like if there's something, we will find an angle for it. Let's ride.
100%. I mean, I watched tag the other night. European tag. It is what it is. Anything to take the edge off. Dan, I appreciate it, my man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, brother.
Peace, brother. Fucking GOAT. Dude gets it. Vibe King. I'm going to bring Jovan back on here. We're going back to baseball. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Take some notes. You take some notes on lacrosse there. I was checking out the Prize Picks PLL props as he was just spitting spoon-fed winners left and right. So we've got some ammo. We've got some ammo going this weekend.
Definitely going to be blind tailing a lot of what was said. 100%.
Have to. Absolutely have to. Yeah. Time for milk. Let's get it. You want to dig into some of these games?
Yeah. I mean, let's do it.
Okay. Oy. Reds. Love the Reds today. As a small dog at home, I will be on this play. Ashcraft has been ass. He's been Ashcraft, but he's plus 130 at home against Wainwright, who struggles against the Cardinals. Give me the Reds. Give me the Reds ML today. If you don't want to bet it, I'll bet it for you. Straight up. I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I think the team total would be a safer move. I just don't trust Ashcraft, especially in division, which I know KB, I think, brought this up last time we were talking about it or something, but that guy in divisions is horrendous for some reason. That's like where he is the worst pitcher in the world. So, I mean, with a total at 10, I think it's 10.5 now. It even gone up.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, I'll stick with that if I bet it at all. But, you know, if I like the Reds to score some runs, who I'm on. I don't need to say it.
It's not rocket science. If you know, you know. The GOAT.
Yeah.
Drury. Still pissed we didn't get to see him in LA. That was bullshit.
Yep.
That was bullshit.
You and me both.
Bullshit. Gosh, the total set at 10.5 on some books with Adam Wainwright pitching. I don't care what the situation is. I lean over automatically in that spot.
Yeah.
That dude doesn't have totals sitting at 10 ever, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's bad. He's horrendous on the road, horrendous historically in that stadium, horrendous in his 2 starts against the Reds this year. So, I mean, like, it makes sense. It's still a little high, though.
He's had a little while to think about this one, too.
Yeah,
baseball games for about a week. He's probably like, fuck, man, this is not the matchup I wanted to start the second half with.
No.
That could be tough. Any props in the Orioles game that you like?
Not really. I mean,
okay.
If we're talking just stuff you can put in every day, I mean, whenever DJ LeMahieu total bases up, just take it and don't ask questions. If he doesn't hit it, it's likely because of walks, which if that happens, he's chalking up to the game, but that dude's hitting beach balls right now. And he has for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely raking right now. I'm with you, bro. Italian's been really shaky, though. I think the Orioles are in a good spot. I think they're going to be a public dog today. I don't know if I'm going to be on them, but I definitely lean the Birds at home. Jeff Bezos bought this game. It's going to be on Prime. Everyone can watch it. Everyone can see a bazillion runs scored. Everyone's going to be happy. So I also lean over as well on that one for sure. For sure. Cubs Phils. I mean, I'm assuming you don't even want to dig into this one. It's gross. Can't bet the Cubs. And I mean, unless there's anyone you like on the Phillies, we will we'll be seeing.
I'm just looking because there's like a lot of unique props, or I don't want to say unique, but like props that are a little off the grid or strange. Like whenever Nick Castellanos is up for multiple things, that's usually a good sign for him. Yes, it's against a lefty and Justin Steele, but he's been really good. And the fact that he's listed for both total bases and hits and walks it's a little strange to me. So I wouldn't mind giving that a look for sure.
I'm with it. That game's on Apple TV too, so probably see some runs there as well.
Yeah.
Probably see some runs, probably see some offense. You weren't kidding when you said you like offense today.
Let's
go to Pittsburgh. Why is everyone acting like this Garrett dude is the next Chris Sale? What's good with that?
Yeah, I mean, he's been really, really good, which, like, I'm not going to go against anybody taking his strikeouts or anything like that because, I mean, it's the Pirates against the lefty, and Braxton Garrett has been really good, a really good strikeout pitcher over, his last couple starts, last couple weeks, whatever. I've just been seeing way too much love on the guy today. I don't particularly understand it, especially at this price. I feel like it's a pretty fair price, so I'll be pretty far away from this game myself.
Yeah, I initially was trying to play Miami today, but way too much talk about Garrett. I mean, they haven't scored a run in 4 games, or literally they haven't scored a run the last 3 games, like 3.5 games worth of innings. They haven't scored a run. That's incredible. That's impressive. It's impressive that somebody hasn't ran into one and taken one out in 4 games. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
This Marlins offense, they're something. They are something, man. And against, I mean, I'm not scared of the Pirates. I'm not scared of fucking Thompson, but I think, honestly, the Marlins, people are going to try to get cute with the Marlins today, saying, their offense is going to wake up at some points, but I think you just wait it out. I think they're just that bad. Yeah, I really do.
I do. Honestly, I'm with you. I mean, there's a weird, not weird, but I just kind of have a feeling that today it might be Garrett Cooper day. Zero reasoning behind that. It's just
a feeling.
It's just a feeling. I mean, I like the matchup. I looked into it a little bit. His home run odds are a little high too, I will say. So it's weird. It's kind of similar to Longoria last night. I just not much reasoning behind it. I just kind of think.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That game's gross though. Call the number if you're betting it. Let's go to New York, and I'm not talking about the Bozo Yankees. I'm talking about the Bozo Mets. We got Scherzer, we got Darvish. Me personally, with the total here set at 7, and with how good Darvish has looked this year, I like the Padres at +1.5. You can get them at -140, +1.5. I don't know if that's enough value on the odds there for me to play it, but it's definitely a good look for me. This is one of those rare spots where I think the +1.5 here is a better play than the ML. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but I think this game's going to be – I think runs are going to come at a premium here, to be honest with you. I don't think there's going to be much scoring. I see 3-2 maximum. I like the under in this game. I know that's square. I don't really care. Scherzer has proven me wrong too many times this year to fade him and take the over or fade him and take the Padres ML. I just think they have enough juice right now. Padres have looked better recently. Maybe they're a little excited. They get a little bit of a season restart here, because they did not have the best first half, but they definitely won a couple games there towards the end. Tough to trust, but Darvish has looked good this year. So give me the +1.5. I like that play a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you for that. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game too. I just think I'd rather, if we're going to talk about Darvish and Scherzer, I'd rather isolate that rather than trying to trust the Padres bullpen like somebody was saying. Right. So, I mean, if you like that, like the first 5 +0.5 is sitting at +100, even money.
I mean, that's probably a better look.
I don't think the Padres bullpen is worth that juice at -140. I really don't.
I agree with you on that. I think I'd rather take the +1.5 first 5. Sorry, the +0.5 first 5 at +100 than the +1.5 at minus 140. I'm with you on that. The 40 cents difference, that's significant.
Yeah,
And honestly, if I like you Darvish here, I mean, why would I not take the first 5 anyways and cut the shit? You know?
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. You hear they signed Trevor Rosenthal, Padres?
Did see that.
So what's been good with him? I know he's hurt right now. He'll be back in like 15 days, I think. They put him on the 15-day IL or some shit. But has he just been lurking this season and just waiting to get scooped up by a contender, I guess? I don't know where this dude's been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where he's been. I don't know. It's awesome to see the guy back. I hope he can come back and perform well and hopefully be a huge part of that bullpen going forward. I love the guy. I don't know what's been happening to him.
I'm with you, man. He's had glass bones, that's for sure. You know who deserves more talk and more respect is this Ryan Helsley guy. Am I saying his last name right?
Yeah, I think.
Ryan Helsley. My goodness, this guy is incredible. I mean, we got to see him firsthand pitch in the All-Star game, throwing 102 miles an hour paint. And this guy doesn't get talked about at all. Maybe it's because he's on the Cardinals and they're always winning. They're boring. They're not like, Yankees-esque right now with their record. But this guy is incredible. He's damn near unhittable. I feel like the Cardinals always have a good closer, man. And this guy he's something. He's going to be really good for a very long time. I would like to have this guy as my closer. He's unbelievable. Had to give him a shout out real quick.
Yeah, he's nasty. He's been holding down my my fantasy team bullpen since I picked him up earlier this year.
God, you picked him up off of waivers?
Yeah.
Oh, fantasy baseball is such a geek, dude. All you got to do is pay attention. You can just pay attention.
A little bit.
You're a business. Straight up. Good pickup, dude. Toronto, Boston. Toronto is a small favorites with Gausman up on the mound against Eovaldi at home. This is a weird one for me. I know Ollie was saying that Gausman owns the Red Sox.
He does.
Maybe that's why they're a favorite on the road when they've really been struggling. I mean, I can't say Boston's been playing great. Do you have any leans, any inklings in this game? This game is weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. It is a little weird. I mean, I think I would probably lean towards the Blue Jays. I think this is the point of the season coming out of the All-Star break where they're going to start to get it up together offensively and hopefully be a little more consistent. I guess I say hopefully. I want them to be bad so the Rays can kind of coast a little bit. But I don't know. I think more than anything, I think I see some runs coming out of this game. The over moving up. I think it opened at 8.5 to 9 now. I think that's a pretty good look.
Yep.
Yeah, I really don't want to touch a side in this game because Gausman has been pretty dominant against the Sox. So I expect that to regress a bit, but I really don't trust Nathan Eovaldi either. He, coming off of the IL last start, didn't look great. I think that'll continue for a couple starts for him to figure it out. So it's kind of where I'm at there.
I'm with you, dude. That's a sketch game with two inconsistent teams who have seen better days, with two starters who have big names who have seen better days. Weird game.
Yeah.
You see Gausman and Eovaldi on paper in a total at 9. Everyone's first inkling is hammer the under. I'm with you. I think this one soars over. I think these pitchers have seen better days, plain and simple. And Jake's picks, you wanted to go Blue Jays, but you're seeing people betting on them. Not shocking. It's the Blue Jays. People fucking love this team for some weird reason. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. Shohei on the road is pitching today, and he's plus money. He's plus money with how good he's been. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that a sign? Is that mispriced? The line isn't moving. And he's taken, the money's actually pretty fucking evenly split. It's about 50-50, like almost exactly.
Yeah.
Is this mispriced? Is this a sign? I don't believe in mispriced. I think this tells me the Braves win and Charlie Morton throws a gem with how well Shohei's pitched recently. He's been a strikeout machine. The Braves strike out so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
give me the Braves here.
Yeah, I don't hate either side. It's just like I don't think you look at who Ohtani's pitched against. Like he's not going out there and shutting down elite teams like recently in his run, which he obviously has the capability to do. I know he pitched well against the Astros, I believe, but a majority of them have been pretty terrible teams. So I mean, even if he goes out there and shoves, what is Charlie Morton going to do to the Angels offense? Like the Angels offense is not anything I'm scared of whatsoever. Charlie Morton's looked really good recently too, so I don't know. I really don't. I don't think there's an edge for me on a side in this game.
Yeah, weird game. I'm curious to see what people are taking in this one. I feel like Shohei at plus 130 is just too easy, but I mean, he's been defying. He's been proving me wrong all year. I mean, he'll probably go out there and have 15 strikeouts today against the Braves, who strike out a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of strikeouts from both sides. I know I took Charlie Morton K's him a little something last night at 6.5. It's up to 8 now. So I mean, they're expecting him to shove.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me feel better about taking the Braves today. If his strikeout total is at 8.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's Charlie Morton's washed. Maybe not. I guess not today.
Not lately. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, he's been
another
better.
guy on the fantasy team that's been carrying my comeback a little bit.
He's been better. I mean, we knew he would figure it out eventually. This guy's been too good recently, past couple of years, to be pitching how terrible he was in the beginning of the year. You know.
Yeah.
And the Angels are just terrible. Although betting the first week or so after the All-Star break, I think is kind of tough. Because the motivation levels are definitely different, right? You get a lot of teams like the Angels, who I'm assuming are going to be all rah-rah, all, we get a fresh start here. We're only 10 games out of the wild card, and we got 80 games left. We can do this shit. We get a break. Everyone come back fresh, excited, ready to roll. It's tough to know where their heads are at, but at the end of the day, that team fucking stinks, and they can't hit shit. The Braves will apply. Motivation aside. That's what I'm feeling. We get an absolute pitcher's duel in Milwaukee today. Senzatella versus Burns. How about them apples?
Yeah.
Senzi.
So how much you throwing on the under?
It said it's 7.5, dude. 7 on some books with Senzatella in the game. Give me a fucking break. This game's gonna end 1-0 in extras. This game might not end. This game might be still being played tomorrow. This is crazy.
It did move up to 7.5, though. I'm seeing some places.
Fuck. Well, 97% of the money's on it, so.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah, but I think Corbin Burns is going to fucking throw a perfect game against the Rockies today, and I think Senzatella is not as bad as people think, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he's not pitching at Coors. That's huge. Hopefully he throws a bazillion ground balls. I mean, we know he's not going to strike out anybody, but this is the Brewers offense we're talking about here. They're not very good.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
Not really. Wouldn't be scared of anybody. I do think it might be a little good spot for Willy Adames, though. I might be looking at something of his.
Okay. Ricky Rose, who's terrible, Angels or Nationals? Who doesn't like winning more? I'd say they both hate winning. I've never seen a team hate winning more than the Angels this season. I'll be honest with you. They find new ways to lose every game. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But the Nats are butt cheeks too. But we got a ring. It is what it is. It's all coming back to the ring. How many years can I reference the 2019 World Series until it's expired? Do I have is it like a 5-year window? Like once 2024 comes around, am I chalked?
Probably. I mean,
Okay.
You have a while.
I don't want to be that guy who's like, remember that World Series from 10 years ago? You know what I mean?
You should, though. It's not like you're talking like Yankees fans when it was like in World War -1 when they won all those championships.
When they won half of their fucking World Series is when they fucking had newspaper delivery people playing against Babe Ruth. Give me a break. Cal Quantrill pitches today. I got to say it. Cal Quantrill has not looked great recently.
No,
our guy
I'm pretty on board with fading him as far as a lot of hitters go today. Honestly, both sides in that game, I like pretty much all the hitters, but I think Tim Anderson and Jose Abreu are in really, really good spots against Cal Quantrill today.
Okay.
So, I mean,
yeah,
I think I'd probably go with Tim Anderson a little more because you get the stolen base upside with him. But I think that offense, both sides are going to have decent days, but I think the White Sox are in a pretty good spot here. I think as far as Abreu goes, Abreu's fantasy score being at 6 is a little confusing and disrespectful because the RBI chances are probably going to be there for that guy, especially at the top of that lineup. I expect Anderson to have a good day. I expect Robert to have a good day. His score is high. He's at like 8 or something. So those two guys, their fantasy scores, I do like a good bit.
Okay. Yeah, I could get behind those. I think the White Sox win this game. I think Lucas Giolito pitches well. With that total set at 8, if the total was set at 10, like a lot of these games today, I'd be a little more sketched. But with that total set at 8,
Yeah.
8.5 on some books, I think Lucas Giolito pitches well today. I think they get to Cal a little bit. Not too much, though, with that total not too high. I don't care what the splits are, what's square, what's not in this game. I think you take the better arm who hasn't been pitching good this year. But Cal Quantrill has really not looked great. And this is Lucas Giolito versus Cal Quantrill. White Sox maybe the best example of a team who really struggled in that first half of the season, but we know there's more in there. And I think if any team's going to come with more heat, more energy in the second half, it could be this White Sox team. We'll see, though. We'll see.
I think they're going to be set up to have a pretty good run here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, they don't have the hardest schedule going forward, that's for sure.
No, I think this is like the time where we finally see the Twins start coming back down to earth. Not that they've been fantastic, but in terms of everybody else in that division, they've been pretty good. But their pitchers have already started to regress, and I think that's going to continue. And I think the White Sox pitching staff, like obviously Cease has been fantastic, but all those other guys have been pretty inconsistent. I think we see some more consistency out of them, more from their offense too in the next couple of weeks, and they'll be the team, I think, to come out of that division come the end of the year.
Wow. Okay. That's a take.
Yeah.
That's a take. We got Vsauce up in the chat. What's good, bro? How we doing? You're on the Orioles today? Holy smokes. What a play. I didn't even know my man's bet baseball. At least he's not a baseball capper. Yeah, it's okay. You can still bet it. Hey, no problem. Fuck yeah. Vsauce, I miss you, bro. You got that trophy handy?
Can get it handy.
You got it up?
Those days, man. It's one of those days, unfortunately.
Sure. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Brad Keller. It's Brad Keller Day against Rasmussen. I mean, Rasmussen. What are we thinking today? I'll let you take the reins in this game.
I mean, it's not that complicated for me. I mean, first of all, the Rays, whenever they go to Kansas City, that's like one of the spots where they just continuously get smoked. So I'm looking through everything through a lens. But Drew Rasmussen is also, as a starter, been really, really bad on the road. And Brad Keller, honestly, he doesn't match up too poorly with a lot of these Rays hitters. So with the total being at 9 and with the line opening where it was, I know the Rays have caught a really good amount of steam overnight. I really don't care. I'm not going to be taking them probably just because I don't want to root against my own team, but that would probably be one of my favorite sides today, the Royals, if they were not playing the Rays. I just think, like I said, I'm on Bobby Witt everything. I think that guy has an incredible game. I think with the offense, their whole lineup kind of coming back after the COVID thing and after the All-Star break, like Whit Merrifield being at the top of that lineup is huge. Hunter Dozier being back in probably that cleanup spot with how hot he's been over the last couple of weeks, huge. Bobby Witt, even throughout that whole series, like we kind of talked about, he was the offense that was consistent throughout that Jays series when everybody else wasn't there. So he's going to continue that. He's going to have a monster day. Take whatever you want for him. I really like the Royals today.
What's your favorite play for him? What's your favorite square?
For him, I would just say the fantasy score, because there is that stolen base upside. But I mean, the runner RBI is also a really fantastic play with the total at 9. So, I mean, I think runner RBI is probably a little safer just because you're counting on one or two things, but I love both of those equally.
How many stolen bases does this Muv have? I'm trying to look it up.
He has quite a few. Quite a few.
Got 17, dude.
I think he honestly goes yard, so I don't think it matters what you take.
Okay, well then, yeah, okay. So I'll just lock in fantasy, and hopefully, either hits a nuke or he bails us out with a home run.
Yeah, because
with a stolen base.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have a lot of runs in this game, regardless of if they're able to pull up the win or not. Like the Rays, if they win, they're gonna have to beat, a couple. I did just see that. That was weird.
What the? Why did he have that much jewelry in his car? I mean, hindsight 2020, but.
Yeah, I mean,
damn, he's got to earn some bread today. Then he's got to go play well.
Yeah, the guy's younger than me, so.
Damn. Well, that sucks for him.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Brutal. Surprise, surprise. I like the Royals today.
Yeah.
I don't love the line movement. Was there a pitching change at some point in this matchup?
No, but I mean, it's just the general way that it goes. I've seen this a couple of times with the Rays. Like we saw it. I think who was it? I think it was Shane. Shane pitching against the Reds that first game of that series. The Rays opened up like minus 120, got steamed up to almost minus 200, and they still lost. We've seen it with a couple of these pitchers, so I'm not really worried about that.
It's facts.
I think at minus 130, 135, it's still a pretty low line.
I'm with you. I mean, honest, I'm getting to the point where I think sometimes they set these lines a little bit different initially because they know these teams are going to get hammered and they don't want to move the line so much. Like they knew the Royals. They knew nobody's betting on the Royals today. They knew everyone's going to bet on the Rays. They're back. They're red hot, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they opened it up at minus 105 because they knew they were going to get steamed. And that way they didn't have to open it up at minus 135 where it's at now and get steamed down to minus 160 and provide crazy value on the Royals who end up winning this game. So that's kind of what I feel about that. Makes me like the Royals even more. They get it done at home.
Yeah.
Teams like the Royals, teams that stink, that had a really tough first half, I think they could have some mojo today, more than they usually do at least. They're getting a season restart.
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly think the over is a pretty viable play there too. I think it's probably gonna be going up to 9.5 sometime soon, next hour or so.
Wouldn't be shocked, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rangers Oakland. Oakland's winning baseball games a little bit recently.
Yeah.
Don't expect that to last.
Yeah. I mean,
they're 5-5 in their last 10. For them, that's like winning the goddamn pennant.
Yeah.
Gosh, this team stinks, man. Frankie Montas, though, yesterday. Dog.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about it. Like everybody was so shocked that he came out after 3 innings, which is funny. It's like the guy is coming off of injury and he's about to get traded. He might not see another start for that team, regardless of if he gets to that point in the rotation or not. They're probably going to skip him. So it's coming soon. The trade's waiting in the wings.
The fact that he got yanked that early tells me probably was his last start. That was probably just here he goes for 3 innings. His arm still works. He's good to go. Everyone look, and then we're going to now put him away so he doesn't actually get hurt again.
Exactly.
I'm with you, bruh.
Yeah, this Rangers A's game, Spencer Howard, Cole Irvin at 7.5.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is his total so low with cheeseball pitchers?
I mean, it's in Oakland, so I mean that's a thing. That's almost like I've been seeing that regardless of who's pitching in Oakland. It's kind of the reverse Coors effect, but 7.5 is super low.
Give me a break, dude. These are still
Marcus Semien runs an RBI regardless.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the under in this one, bro. Straight up. I mean, that's a weird line, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's going up, which is a decent sign for offense, but
everyone's betting the over.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, the Rangers could cover that themselves, or they could not, and the squares get destroyed, and I hit my bet. Who knows? Win-win.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. All right. We got to talk about the Nats. We got to talk about Patty Corbin up on the bump today. Could be his last start before he gets moved. I'm hearing a lot of teams interested in Patrick Corbin. Oh, get this guy out of here, man. Get him out. I'm done watching him. I'm done backing him. I'm done defending him. He stinks.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it. We got bamboozled. We went out. We got him. He stinks. He's not good. He's done. He's old. He gets clobbered. He throws BP. He might as well be a fucking machine pitch. The dude gives up 9 hits a game.
It's crazy.
It's fucking unheard of, dude. Like that list that we were looking at in the Uber the other day. I got to pull it up. I got to read, I mean, how many hits he's been giving up, dude. It's not like some guys give up more runs than they should, and they go out there, they pitch okay, and they just have bad luck. This guy he just gets absolutely raked. 9 hits against the Braves, 8 hits against the Braves, 8 hits against the Marlins. That's the Marlins. 5 hits against the Pirates, 12 strikeouts that game. What the fuck? Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah.
7 hits against the Orioles, 8 against the Phillies, 7 against the Brewers, 9 against the Reds, 12 against the Mets, 7 against the Rockies, all the dude does is just give up hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, it's insane. So I mean, like,
Party's over.
looking at this game, like, you can go with probably any of the D-back hitters that hit lefties pretty well. Like Christian Walker, obviously, Ketel Marte, obviously. I mean, he's probably not on Prize Picks or anything, but Jordan Luplow, we know how that guy crushes lefties just for no apparent reason. But all those guys should be a pretty fair game today. I mean, the over is probably a pretty viable play as well. I know it's a pretty simple play, but the Nats can do enough, I think, offensively against Gallen to scratch a couple. I think the D-backs will do it.
I wouldn't even call this a simple play. I'm with you. Like, I get why you say that. But these are two pitchers who you just look at their names and maybe you don't follow baseball, that aggressively. You look at these two names, Corbin and Gallen, right? Two good pitchers. I think everyone's pretty hip to Corbin being asked this year, but these are two big name dudes who have had a lot of good success in their past. But Corbin's been pitching the worst he's ever pitched in his career. And Zach Gallen's been struggling recently too. He hasn't been living up to the hype. So I think the over, I don't think it's as square as you think it is. I think it's a good play. I mean, Juan Soto is going to be playing. There's a run right there. Ketel Marte is going to be playing. There's a run right there. I mean, the Nats, even with how bad these offenses are, Nats and D-backs, I think this game soars over straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think if you're looking for an even more, I guess, simple way to put it, like the D-backs team total is probably not a terrible idea either.
Cheeky. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with
you.
you.
With that.
I also think that the Seattle Mariners keep the streak alive today. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that Houston's a trap here. I think Urquidy's bad. I think the Mariners, I don't think it's that great for them that they had that little break. I think obviously a team on a 14-game win streak, you want to keep playing every fucking day, right? It's not rocket science. They got a little break. Hopefully they're feeling healthy, energetic, and hungry and ready to come back and continue this streak. They're getting Houston coming off of a doubleheader, coming off of 2 wins against the Yankees. I think it's a good spot. I think it's a good spot for Seattle. Jake's pick saying first 5 team total over for Seattle is plus 140 now. That is ridiculous. That's a great bet.
Yeah.
That's a great bet.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the Seattle offense today. I'm with you. I think Urquidy is a guy that I've pretty constantly faded. I mean, sometimes he's been a little better than expected, but against the Seattle lineup, like I said, this is going to be their 4th time seeing Urquidy. I don't think I've seen a pitcher like by the All-Star break face the same team 4 times.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of times. It's a lot of seeing the same pitcher, a lot of seeing the same arm slot. He's not good, but even, facing a team that's seen him a lot, and a lot of guys like Ty France who have hit him really well over the course of the season, like that's going to keep coming to a head. So I like him. I like Julio is obviously going to have a pretty good game. I think everybody thinks that. So I'm with the whole offense today. Hopefully we can do that and get a big home run from Big Country.
See Big Country. Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
Holding down that 8 spot. Sure he did.
Yeah, of course.
I think J-Rod's a good fade today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't fade the guy. He's got the same home run. He's got the same home run odds as Jordan.
Oh.
Which
never mind. But that could just be because people are going to be betting him after what they saw for the home run derby. I think he's a fade today.
Yeah, I mean,
does he have Prize Picks up?
I would assume so. I think he has it every day. The problem is like the stolen base threat is always there. So there's only so many things you can fade him on.
Dude, if I lose a bet off of a stolen base, charges of the game. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm trying to cap this hitter, and he gets a stolen base. He gets a stolen base. Whatever.
Yeah, he does have total bases.
He's got total base. He's got it all. He's got hitters fantasy. He's got hits and walks. He's got total bases. He's in the home run group with Big Country and Jesse Winker.
I might have to take Big Country, dude. I might have to do it.
What are his odds sitting at?
Ooh, he's kind of high.
All that dude does is just hit nukes.
He's sitting
every hit he gets is home run.
He's
fourth shortest odds, or
he's above Kyle Tucker and Eugenio Suarez.
Okay,
it's a little strange.
Interesting. I think fading Julio Rodriguez today is a good look. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Let
mind
me dig
it.
into that.
You know who I did just see? I forgot who was up for total bases today. Our boy Kirk.
Really?
Yeah. Which he hasn't been. He's usually
He's
not
usually
up
not
there.
up for total bases.
He has been like recently in the last couple games before the All-Star break, but I'm pretty sure those are hitting.
I mean, it's Kirk. All the dude does is hit.
Yeah.
Dog. I can't believe they didn't hand him the MVP trophy just for being there.
They shut
Dude
up.
deserves it. Let me get some goddamn Alejandro Kirk MVP odds. Give me them.
It's free.
Give me them. All right. One more game. We got about a minute.
Yep.
Giants Dodgers. Logan Webb on the road, not at home, which means he's not an auto tail, against Tyler Anderson, who I don't even know if he was at the freaking All-Star game. Straight up, he might have been in his home. I didn't see a single Tyler Anderson sighting. I don't even think he was in the dugout.
No. He's gone.
Fuck, man. Do you like anything in this game?
It's a pretty gross game, honestly. I don't like a thing. I think the over, if anything. I think we might see runs with Logan Webb. All of his props are pretty low. Even strikeouts,
Okay.
everybody's looking at that, and I've been saying, "Oh, it's free. It's so low. He's at like 4.5."
Oh,
I don't know. I think the Dodgers bullpen got pretty taxed, and Tyler Anderson's really not the guy who's going to go out there and eat, 6-7 innings when they need it the most. So I don't know. I think you can see some runs today for sure.
Dodgers are streaking, man. They're on fire. They're 61-30, and they're not even playing their best ball. They're really starting to get on a roll. I mean, I wasn't joking when I said this is the greatest roster I've ever seen assembled. This is the greatest roster I've ever seen in my 23 years of life, ever assembled on an MLB diamond. Plain and simple. Maybe I'm missing some teams from when I was 1 year old. I don't fucking know. Don't hold me to that. But if this team doesn't win it, it's on them.
Yeah.
It's on them, straight up. We know their coach is a bozo. We know the Dodgers the last couple of years they broke through 2 years ago against your Rays. Sorry for bringing it up, but take that out of the picture, and they haven't done shit. They've been the melt piece, not the Yankees that we've been talking about recently. So it's baseball. Who knows what happens, but the ball's in the Dodgers' court, man. They're incredible. We saw it last night. Mookie Betts, he needed a big game to get his second half started because he's been kind of struggling. This is a really tough game, but seeing Logan Webb as an underdog at any point is a pretty telling sign. They're either playing a fucking dominant ass team or he's losing, or both. Yeah. And I think this could be the case for both. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to see what people are betting on this game. I hate betting on Logan Webb because it's usually square, and I hate betting on the Dodgers because it's usually square. So I'm pissed this is the late night game, but might not have a choice but to bet on it.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right, Jovan. Well, let me know what you end up taking. We'll be seeing. Guys, there is a surgical stream. I think my man Mush is running it, so stay posted. It should be starting up now. Jovan, happy Friday, my man. Had a good time with you at the All-Star game. Shit was dope.
It was.
Dodger Stadium lived up to the hype. Very cool place. We'll have to go to a new stadium soon, my man. That was dope.
We'll have to be seeing at the Trop. Best stadium in the league.
I don't know what's worse, FedEx Field or the Trop. It's probably pretty close.
It's a tough competition.
Oy. Okay. Well, Pat Corbin, no-hitter inbound, guys. I appreciate it. We'll be seeing. Have a good weekend. Stay posted for PLL bets. Stay posted for prize picks. We'll do a spaces later. Stay posted for some bets. I'm going to have a card today, and I'm making money today. So, everyone, good luck today. W's in chat. We'll be seeing.